This ain't gonna be no fancy stream. I'm not doing anything fancy on this one. I figured I'd just check in with some of you guys. Well, yeah, what's up, MJ? What's up, Tristan? The drop y'all are wanting isn't happening. Tristan, why do you think that, man? XRP girl, what's up? How you doing? Dominator, what's up? I'm just gonna check in with you guys. I'm super tired in a way, but sometimes when your brain's tired, you get the best thoughts. Shout out to the Blue Wrench Mob. Shout out to Aerotine. Ladies of the Space. Krisho, what's up, man? Kevin99, what's up? Finally got a notification on my phone. Mario, what's up? Mr. Pace. Stefan. Thanks, Tio. Yeah, we'll just see, man. You guys see silvers dropping and stuff? What's up, Milan? You guys notice, like, this is already ahead of the game right here, man. You guys see silver, what silver's doing? So we're going to be catching up to this stuff. Look at that. Silver's already, you know, I talk about mountaintops, and I was talking about last time how there's more than 2 tiers. This is the second tier. There's definitely, you know, it's already showing that it's, like, wanting to go down more. Cough, how's it going? Eric. Von Ripplinghouse. What's up? MJ, what's up, dude? Dude, I'm a Niner fan, and we actually won today. So if you're a Rams fan, I'm sorry. My team is obviously all banged up, but you know, I see them like shutting down my stadium, Levi's Stadium. Like you can't. They're gonna like we can't play a game there now. So they're like really painting this picture. I think that there's a lot of lockdowns ahead, man. I mean, I think that we're about to get like this news. Like, not that we're gonna be surprised about it. What's up, lady? You know, I just think there's going to be the whole lockdown thing is just going to match with causing a problem in the charts. You know, that's what it seems. Y'all hurt my breeze. I'm sorry, Rob. You pulled off a win, though. The accountant's video. I did not park. I did not. James, what's up? Dan, I sold some last night because of you, bro. We better don't. Dan, don't be doing that, bro. Go buy back in, Dan. You're good, man. Democrats shutting it down. Yeah, man. Let me sell, guys, and let me take the hits. Let me take the risk here, guys. No one take the risk. Let me take the risk. Everyone stay bullish. I'm just gonna go over here and take the risk. Let me risk. I'll let you know when it's good, though. You guys are like, yeah, Chris. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Let us know when the damn thing's dumping. Hey, we're good now. You guys can get out. A little too late. Yeah, I can't see what's up, man. So I was just gonna hang out with you guys a little bit. Tara, how you doing? You are in a much better mood. I am super tired. What's up, Christian Coat? I'm kind of tired, man. I feel like I'm watching paint dry. I mean, how many times do we stare at these candles and just watch them? I'm like, I know what it's supposed to do. I'm literally watching, like, here, I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm literally watching, like, this is the way gold unfolded. This is the way Tyrion unfolded. And I'm literally, and you know, obviously I can look at silver as well. I'm watching these unfold in their own way, and I'm just like yawning, man. You know, I'll go through the whole list. I don't know how many times I can go through the whole list to analyze, you know, what the hell's going on. I mean, this is a rising wedge here, you know, if someone wants to look at it from that perspective. Lockdowns for a virus that only pointed at people. Dude, it's ridiculous. I know, Tristan. I'm with you on it, man. But he's been good. Ascending channel. This is the most I've watched. It's punishing, man. Jeremy, you know, under sub 20 cents. Once it gets under there, I'm probably gonna be looking at more at 15 cents, and then I'm gonna see how it behaves there, and then I'm gonna probably be going lower than 15 cents, depending on how it behaves. But I'm just kind of taking one step at a time, just looking for these moves to come through. You know. I'm looking for, you know, I got this 4 hour here for algo. If I go and do 4 hour for Tyrion here, and I go to that spot, you know, this is what I'll show you what I'm kind of doing. Actually, let me go to a 2 slot here so I can open it up. I'll show you kind of what I'm doing. So, this is Tyrion, what Tyrion did, and this is what gold did. So gold, this was the area, the same area. You can see how this area, okay, good, I can write it. So when I analyze this stuff, you know, I'm seeing how their areas are different. Like, how are they responding in this little pocket here? Well, you know, we can say, well, there's, you know, one, you know, it's like a, you know, there's like a two move there, right? You guys see the two moves where it's like this is one little bottom there that it created, and that's one and one. It's like two moves there. So that's stuff I look at sometimes. I'm trying to read. You know, yes, it did not print identical, but what is it doing? Like, what kind of behavior? And let me back it up. I even show you more. So I'm like, I look at it from this standpoint too. I'm like, all right, I got one like bottom here, like little like cup area here, and then I got two, and I got my two, and then this little movement right here is this, and then we shoot up, and then we can cross that out. And I'm just using gold versus Tyrion, you know. And then I do that, and I'm like, all right, then what happened after this? I'm like, well, this one, you know, kind of went down and up, and then down and up, and then came down. So it was like down and up, and then down and a little up, and then came down. So you can kind of see how, like, when you're reading fractals and stuff, I don't fully always look for every single asset to, like, draw identical, but I look at the behavior on what they're doing, and I do my best to make sense of it. So it's easy to kind of make sense of, you know, probably this area here, right? We can easily read that area right here, you know, with this being another one of the points there, right? You know, so that's how you would actually analyze this stuff, right? So keeping that in mind, when I go and I start looking at a bunch of other assets, you're gonna have to have that in your mind, and we're gonna have to examine them that same way. Let me see what you guys are saying here, because this, I'm gonna probably delete this stream. It's just gonna be a long, boring, drawn out thing. So blockchain backer says we're going to 47 cents then $2, waiting to buy back in. Gotcha. Yeah, man. I mean, I think we the chart I'm looking at says we go well below 47 cents, but we could stop at 47 cents, no doubt. All these alts, including BC, are going to sell off in regulations. Save digital assets. Don't expect to see the same moves as the XRP chart. XRP likely to take the entire crypto market cap. Frankie, I'm still looking at that. What's up, Josh? I already got my sub 20 XRP. Can we just go up from here? Coronatine, I would definitely. I would love to go up, but you know, I'm just trying to make. I'm trying to dodge a bullet here based on what I'm watching. Everyone else, you know, everyone can look at their own way on what they see, but yeah, I'm just trying to dodge this. This is probably where, like, this is the way this one behaved up here, and that one went up. It's gold. I was just looking at gold compared to it. Like, I know how this over here that you can't see goes, but I'm on a 1 hour right now, so. What I'm going to do here is let's go through some of these. I always just kind of, you know, I know which ones are printing pretty clearly, so it doesn't make it too hard to read. Let me remove this. So this is algo right now. All right, and it's printing, you know, this is what's happening right here. So this one pierced up and, you know, went pretty strong here. So if I was to examine this one and say, well, show me what you see reading this one, then I would say, okay, well, then we'll go ahead and cancel that probably out right there. I got this little double bottom here, like right here, so I'll just put a circle around that one right there. And that's going to be this probably right here. And then the next one, I got that guy. So then I got that guy. And then this was actually that corner before it pushed up, which is this corner right here. So that's that corner right there. And then, you know, you got one, you got two, you know, you got one, you got two. If I was to read it, then I would say, well, then there's nothing more for this to do. I mean, whether it wants to go up and then come down, there's nothing more. Or if you want it to just come down, there's nothing more for it to do, in my opinion. It's done what it needed to do. I can go ahead and take it a little bit further too. What we can do now is look at the indicators and see how the indicators are looking. Sorry if I'm not reading the chat right now. Give me a second. So if I look at the indicators, and I just kind of like, you know, I pull this out a little bit. Let me say, okay, what did it do? It came up, and it came through here. And then what I do, if it's like, okay, on the smaller scale, reading the indicators makes it more difficult when I mean, I can make sense of it, and I can see that there's a 1 and a 2 there on the 1 and 2 there. So if you look at that, you see this this 2 cup right here on the RSI. Well, then that would be equivalent to these 2 cups, and then we're maxed out on the stochastic. We're maxed out on the stochastic right there. So I would say that stochastic is this. You got the 2 cups here, right? And that's this right here. They just do it in their own way. So that's my 2 right there. That matches me up top here with the fractal, and then right here is what I would say that we're at right there. So there would be this would end up coming down is what I would anticipate, as long as it's done. It doesn't need to be the same depth and everything. But if we go to let's look at this on a 4-hour. So let's take Tyrion and go to the 4-hour and look at it. And if you want me to like kind of just keep our memories fresh, let's before we look at it at the detail level, let's just zoom out a little bit here and just look at the behavior of the fractal, so you know how we're analyzing this thing, so you know that it's very comparable. Sorry, let me just slide it in here. So this is now, if you sit back and just don't worry about what I showed you at the detail level, you just sit back and look at it at this level, you're like, well, damn, it's pretty damn close. Just the overall behavior, you know. This right here, whoops. So this is kind of where it starts, you know, these 2 right here, you know. Lo and behold, it comes up and creates a little Christmas tree here, right? And I can go back and take this out right here, which is this. Then we go up to its mountaintop, we go up to its mountaintop there, and then we come back down, we come back down. So you're seeing that full-on behavior at that level. So what you want to do is obviously just stick with it and let it show you that it's true or not, you know. You know what, if I mean, I know you guys want it to go up, but just look on the bright side. If you do have some money on the cash on the side, some money on the side, that bottom literally is really where like the game, like where things happen. Like, I mean, you could literally just buy in and walk away and say, like, dude, I'm not gonna look at the charts for a couple months, man. I just bought one of the nastiest crashes. Like, you got to feel pretty good. Like, you shouldn't have to worry about drops anymore. You know what I mean? That would be my thing. Like, they did the whole March one, which was the COVID and the lockdowns, and I felt that was a test. I think we're about to find out if that was a test run. Then we get the real one. You are aware, you are awake, you struck on it. You literally knew what you knew. You're like, dude, I just took advantage of something. So I'm just going to walk away for a little bit and come back on the charts. So anyways, let's go back up in here. I know, Corona. You're like, I already did this. You got to do it 2 more. You got to do it 1 more time, bro. You struck on the first one. You got it. They want to see if you can do it the second time. It would have to be like this week, James. I'm about to dive into this. Sorry, Chris, but everyone needs to watch this video from the accountant. All right, so everyone per Park Life, y'all need to watch this video. So I will click on it and I will put it away for after this. Damn it. All right, there we go. So I'll leave it up there. Hopefully it doesn't start. Yeah, okay, I'll leave it up there and I'm gonna watch that afterwards. Yeah, there's, oh, what's up, Jason? Did you see another gap got formed on CME? I'm sure you did. They created another gap. Yeah. All right, so since we have this fractal, and this is kind of what's going on in the market, I could literally take, I don't have to take algo, I can take basic attention token and do the same thing, you know, and have the same setup. So when I'm using algo, it's only because it's one of the ones at the top when I organize it, and it's just kind of an easy read. So let's go back in here and see, and you guys tell me what you guys see on timing. I mean, if you want to try to figure out timing to see if this is valid, well, we're about to find out, you know, on it very shortly here. So this is kind of what we're looking at. Let me just slide this over. You can see that we're, creating this kind of movement here, which is this, kind of movement here. And when it starts to slide down, not that it has to be identical, but we slide down a little bit of an up and then it slams down. But when I go to this, the MACD and stuff, look at the let's look at the MACD and stuff. So the MACD, let's first see how it drops. You see how the MACD is right here? Now come over here. You obviously see the same scenario happening, right? So to me, it's like, dude, you're good, algo. You're at any moment you can start turning this thing south. You reached what you needed to. I don't see you need to do anything else. The one thing I can say is, remember, this is candle behavior, guys. I can tell you that it's coming back. Here's why. Go to the daily right now on a bunch of assets and zoom in, and what are you going to find out? There is no wick on the base. What is that? And we just started a weekly too. There's no wick on the daily base, which typically there always is. It doesn't have to be, so let me just state that it doesn't have to be, but it's highly likely. So whenever a candle closes, new one opens, and it starts running up, I'm like, you're coming back. So sometimes people might be like, oh my gosh, it's running up. I'm like, it's coming back. There's no wick on the bottom. So always keep that in mind, that there's no wick on the bottom of daily candles. It's not 100%, but it's highly likely it's coming back. They don't really run away, especially when it's on a weekly. When you're on a weekly and there's no wick on the weekly, I mean, look at the wicks. There's wicks on all these, right? It's very rare. So there goes one right there that we can say that has no wick on it, right? And then if we go back through history, there's a little baby one there. Mostly everything has a wick. So that's the scenario that to me is a lot of times unlikely. So there's a high probability it's coming back. So let's go ahead and go back to the daily. So us knowing that, let's go. What's up, Gordon? Us knowing that, what are we gonna do? Let's go back into the charts here and know that in our mind, this is what we're looking for, and this needs to come back probably. So let's go back to the 4 hour. So we know that it needs to come back. So right now, algo is at 32.85. It's going to come back down into 31 cents. So when it comes back down to the 31 cents, how is it coming back down? Is it going to come back down and rip through all these moving averages? It's possible, Well, that's what I'm looking for. I'm just being straight up about it. Like that's what I see happening. I mean, the only reason why I see it happening is because it's been following this thing for quite some time. When I just zoomed out and showed you the bigger picture, I'm like, it's moving with it. It's following. So I think this thing comes down with it. So right here is where we're at. If you look over here on the RSI, let me shrink the RSI so we can kind of match it up. So right here is, we're in this zone here. So this zone right here is where I'm in. We might as well call that the drop zone, which is somewhere right around here. And we're up there high on the stochastic. So XRP, I've been hovering on selling out of all my non-XRP holdings, build some decent ammunition. Chris, do you think it's possible exchanges will not let us buy at certain prices because when we see Tyrion drop, it's crazy crashes if all markets follow that pattern? FV, yeah, that's a good thought, man. That's my big fear, is that like I'm not able to strike. However, if it goes down, like a lot of them don't spring up in an hour, or it takes days before like a recovery fully happens. So I'm gonna go with, like, if any, I mean, yes and no. We've seen it with oil, but that's a rare scenario there. I would think I think it's gonna be fine. I don't think all exchanges. It's one of those things. If it gets down to that level, it's definitely a thought I have. So I wouldn't even know. So it makes somebody like, well, I'm just gonna buy and hold then, and then if the portfolio drains 80 to 90%, then you might be kind of like whatever. But then you might see that you could have bought. You're gonna be pissed. You're like, damn, I could have bought. So it's kind of have 1 foot in, 1 foot out approach is what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Of one coin token have to do with another. The EMAs aren't even acting the same with those two. This is rubbish. XRP Moonrider, they're not. They are acting the same. The yellow is the 50 up here. That's right up here. The 100's in the middle. The 100's in the middle. The 200's in the bottom. The 200's in the bottom. So I don't know what moving averages are looking at, but these ones on the screen are very clear that they are in the same position at this detailed level. But yeah, man, I would just if you don't believe in it, man, you don't like my stuff, man, just like Jay-Z says, man, if you don't like my lyrics, you can press fast forward. I would just exit, man. Just block me or something, man. No, I don't want people getting upset over stuff that I'm just showing and it's causing negative emotions. All right, so that's so when we're looking at this and we look at the MACD and we look at the RSI and stochastic, this is kind of, you know, where I'm at. So, but you know, as always, we go through a bunch of them. What is up with the XRP chart, please? Chris, hope you're okay. Stop buying shit coins. Load up on XRP. Y'all load up on XRP. I'm an ROI guy, guys. You guys, I tell you, I'm ROI, return on investment. I don't care what gets me there. It's all about ROI. I won't get emotionally attached to something because, you know, I mean, I have my hands on XRP. It's my number one, but, you know, I'm definitely not all in on XRP. No way. There's so much other stuff. Yeah, right life? Yeah. Tory calling for possible short-term bear market until somewhere around April, May. What are your thoughts? Big fan of both of you. Dirty Dan, his approach is completely different than mine, and it's in line with mine. I'm in line with his. He's in line with mine. I talk to him every now and again, and I say, hey, man, this is what I'm looking at. It has nothing to do with the way you chart. This is what I see. He's like, I see that too, man. He's like, but I'm looking at it from a TA perspective and not from fractals. I'm like, yeah, man. He's like, I was like, dude, this thing's probably, I'm probably not buying until 2021. I'm like, my buy is like, it's like this whole month coming up and stuff. I'm like, I'm not gonna even buy, you know. I'm like, I'm probably not buying unless something changes, you know. But from what I'm seeing, probably not buying, you know. But we'll see, man. Can you give us an update, please, Chris, on the XRP chart? Yeah, Jordan. It's the reason I can look at the XRP chart right now, and it's going to be forming the same kind of scenario here, just in a bigger fashion. So XRP was a great push, a great sell. So it's what is it at right now? So yeah, so you're kind of in the same. You're doing the same kind of thing here, just in a bigger fashion. So this is up over here on this right hand side right now. So it's not going to look like the rest of the market. So for example, XRP's moving averages and stuff right now, it's above the yellow, blue, and red. It's above those 50, 100, 200. Other ones are playing around up in it. So I can go through, you know, 50 more assets right now outside of XRP, and they're going to show you that we're doing something like this on the horizon, which is what I think happens with XRP anyways. So XRP's, I don't think it escapes from this. I don't think it just, you know, everything's going to be good and it escapes. But I mean, time will tell, right? You know. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm looking at with and I think Bitcoin pulls back tremendously as well. RSR, some of you guys are fans of RSR. Same thing with RSR. Let me put these down like this so we can look at them. I'm watching this one as well. Geno's, man. Oh yeah, we're good on tips, guys. You don't tip me. Geno's, thank you for the tip though. Yeah, we're good on tips. I don't want any tips. It's been great, 2.5 years of content. Can't wait to hang out during the next 2.5 years. Geno's, it'll be good times, brother. We'll definitely figure out a way, man. Whether I come over to Australia or something, because that's one of my spots to slide over there. I was going, but they obviously lockdowns messed me up, stopped me from going. You can see Theta's another one. You can look at Theta, the way Theta's acting right now. This one is the moving averages are already kind of pointing, they're starting to kind of come down. Theta right now does not look too hot at the moment. You know, maybe it needs to push up a little bit. You know, maybe we need to slide up a little bit for Theta, but right now it looks pretty ugly. And, you know, when I do the MACD, look at, this is where we're at right here. See how it's pushing up on the stochastic right here? This RSI, sorry, not stochastic, the RSI right here. I told you, man, my brain's smoked right now, and it's doing this little move underneath on the MACD. This is in that kind of zone. Z, what's up, brother? Don't you guys think, like my buddy Koff is in here, and don't you guys think that you know, E-Trade and all those like accounts with Backed and the Wall Street, don't you think they're gonna want to get in? I would think that, I think the regulations is about to come, and I think that they'll bring it down, bring in the regulations, and you're gonna watch the frenzy happen, and it's gonna allow those guys, those accounts through Fidelity, those accounts that, you know, through Backed and stuff, through the New York Stock Exchange, it's gonna allow them to jump on some digital assets. That's what I think happens. So the reason why they're gonna probably pull this down, I think, is for that reason, is to allow that to happen. You know, kidding me. Can you do 12 ships Bitcoin comparison again? 12 ships shot up. Does that invalidate you? Hey, crypto. Was that back in? That dude, I was watching that. It shot up. It's down 40% again now. So I saw it like tank and shot up. So what it made me think is what happened is it did this, and then it shot up, and then it's gonna pull back down. So it's gonna probably follow suit. But yesterday it was making me. I'm like, dude, why is this thing bleeding right now? 40%. So, but I looked at it. I was wondering why its behavior was doing that. It shot up like 130% after I showed it. Kind of crazy. Let me see. Cool. You know, Raven and stuff. Oh, damn it! I always do that. Give me a second. I find you know, that gold. Let me look at Tyrion, Luna as well. I find that gold, because since gold and silver are, what's gold doing right now? Or silver? Alright, so silver's taking a beating right now, as you guys probably know. I was just showing that earlier. It's down here right now. It's not looking too hot. Let me go to Luna. This is a new chair, Genos. It's a non-squeaky one. I'm solving problems. You guys said you want me to get a new chair. It's making too much damn noise. I got you. Yeah, so let me look in here at what this one's doing. This is Luna. Just want to see how Luna's looks compared to this. So you can see the two cups right there. You see them on Luna. Once again, I can show this on like every chart, just about that same behavior, you know. So that just, you know, tells me that it's been operating the same. That's a nice wick it put on that daily and on that weekly right there. That's a really good wick. It almost makes me think it's doing this still, you know, like this move right here. That's what it almost makes me think, that's what it's doing off that for Luna. What's Mithril doing? Yeah, see, but then I look at Mithril and I'm thinking Mithril is right here. Yeah, that's how they're all just kind of doing their thing. There goes. I sometimes go through all these to try to figure out which one looks the best. Hey Tara, good night. Take care. You know, I go through them to see which one behaves like the closest. You know, sometimes. So this area is this right here. Pushes up, comes back down, slides up. I mean, it appears to me that it's happening this, like something's happening this week. But you know how we always say that, and then it draws out longer, which this one shouldn't draw out longer, because I haven't been trying to make any timing calls with this one. Because I'm like, I'm not gonna make a timing call with this one because it's still drawing. It's still. I'm just gonna let it draw, let the chart just unfold. But yeah, it's just however we're reading this, coming off this cup here, off this bottom, is what I'm analyzing through a ton of assets. Like, so if you're following and stuff, and you don't have to worry about an update from me, you can just come in here and watch. So here goes Harmony 1, and you can say Harmony 1 looks like it's pushing on that motion right there. Let me go to let me go to a line on this thing and see what the line looks like. Sometimes I do this to see, you know, when I do it that way, you can probably get a little bit. Toxic company regulation is nothing serious in my opinion. U.S. regulators don't understand crypto enough, and decentralized exchange wallets continue to exist. All my narrow privacy coins. What's up, Berthold? How you doing? So yeah, so like this is what I would be looking at, is that this is taking place right now for Harmony. Yeah, there wouldn't be much left. You know, I don't see what else it needs to do. You know, Litecoin. You see, that's what Litecoin. Let me go back to the regular candles here and see what Litecoin looks like there. Came down to the 200, comes up through the 100s, tapping the 50. And I would expect this to probably slide back down. Yeah, it looks like it's this week. I wish the damn thing would just hurry up, man. It drive me nuts. Yeah, I'll throw Ethereum on there. I'm kind of interested in Mana. I had it at one point, Lore, but I haven't bought it since then. Here, I'll go to Ethereum. I was looking at buying a piece of land. I actually held off on it. I'm actually glad I did. So here goes Ethereum right now. Once again, I'm going to point this out. So you comments up top, please. All right, I'll get it, Z. If you could check my comment top row. You keep sending me. Any chances these pull-ups are what they were a week ago before the crash stuck? My entry is 1.5. Okay, let me check that SXP. Let me check that, Z. I like how Z is like comment up. I'm like, okay. Shit, where's it? It's way up there. So right now, remember, there's no wick on the bottom of this candle on this 4 hour. That doesn't mean the 4 hour needs to come back in 22 minutes here and shut that down. No, but what I'm saying is that there's highly likely it's coming back down to create a wick on the daily and on the weekly. Love you too, bro. So that's how I'm reading that. So just we're up in here playing around. You know, that's kind of what I'm looking at. So let me check that SXP. This is I guess I'm just going over stuff just so anybody watching is understanding what I'm looking at, how I'm reading this. You know. I think this one needs to go up. What'd you buy out? $1.15? You should get a push up, man. Hopefully you get a push up and you can get out, Z. You should. I would think you should probably at least get a 9-10% push up here, but you know it doesn't have to, because you could tell that it's just hanging out on the bottom here. Some of these other ones are pushing up. This is like a perfect example of how like they'll still roll together, but they'll just do it in their own way. You know. So this came down. I mean, just that's definitely in its own way. But if it's right here, then we'll see. Yeah, it looks lagging behind to me on this one. Let me see, 80. Okay, so here goes 80A. So this one's sold big time up here. It's almost going to create a double top, so it's definitely it pushed up a lot stronger. So these are interesting to me. I mean, it's funny that the popular coins are like, to me, really like to me they're just selling. It's just trying to bull trap everybody. You know, they're not going to use basic attention token. Like if I go to basic attention token, they don't. When I say they, I'm talking about the elites, the market makers. They're not trying to sell you on basic attention token. Like if I zoom out on basic attention token, you can see like these are assets that never, you know, if you're looking at XRP and stuff, you might be like, oh wow, the weekly and stuff, this looks pretty good, you know. Then you come through the rest of the market and you're like, well, the rest of the market ain't doing that shit, you know. But then what do? We tell ourselves like, oh well, maybe it's XRP is, you know, it's just gonna leave everything, we're gonna decouple, and we start telling ourselves all these stories, which I can't say that that's not going to be true, not yet, but I think looking at the whole market by breaking down every asset is a way to be like, all right, well, if all these other ones aren't acting that way, what's going on here? Are they, let me put these on because I'm trying to get the blue light away from my eyes. Are they trying to sucker us in? You know, use the Bitcoin, use the Ethereum, use XRP. Let's use the LTC. Let's use, you know, Bitcoin Cash, even though that one didn't. But ADA. Let's use the popular ones. We know where all the retailers are. Let's get them. Let's get them excited. You know, we're about to tank the damn market after we do that to them. You know, it's kind of what I think, you know, is happening. You know, I can go to Atom here. I mean, Atom, not too bad. You know, kind of stayed sideways mostly. I think Band, I'm curious on how Band's going to respond. And this is not even me going over those mini fractals. Here goes Bitcoin Cash. What has Bitcoin Cash been doing? Bitcoin Cash has been kind of running sideways. It looks pretty terrible, honestly. You know. Blue Zell. Yeah, see, I literally am just going through all these. Like, here's Blue Zell. I'll put it up next too. And what I would do sometimes is I was like, oh, I know this needs to probably push up more. I might try to make a play here, buy in, and then go in and short and get out. I was making some money doing some Coinhop and like that just recently, but I stopped. This whole crypto.com, man, I don't know if you guys have watched this. I mean, I'm just shocked by, it almost makes me wonder, did this already do this? Is this ahead? That'd be interesting, right? Crypto.com is ahead. This is what happens, because that's what Tyrion did. Let's analyze this for a second here, guys, because we might have come across something. Because I am seeing these cups here. You know, I'm seeing there's this cup, that is this cup. It pushed up higher right here, but created that mountaintop. Comes and does another cup, and then comes to a point and then freaking crashes down. You know, I'm seeing that behavior up there. You see what I'm talking about, guys? Like, it makes me, like, and you can almost say, well, what's going on here with crypto.com? This is not something shitty. This isn't crap. But it's like, what did they put it out front? They tanked it early, get it out there, because that's going to be one of the first ones to recover. So if I was to buy something, what would I be buying, like, earlier? Like, if the market is going to crash, I already have ones up front that I would put money on crypto.com. I'd throw some money in it, you know? Yeah, Z, it's running behind. So, yeah, Life's been messing with that, it seems, yeah, for a little bit. So there's a perfect example right there. What does anybody have an explanation for crypto.com? What it's been doing? I mean, I think obviously it just came out of. Let me go to a daily on it. Let's look at it on a daily. I haven't analyzed it much, so I'm just going to use this time to kind of see what the heck's going on here. So there was the COVID crash there. So let me put Tyrion on a daily. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to check that March. I'm going to go there first and see. There it is right there. So how did it, like, what was going on here? I know that the before it's not, you know, probably much the same. But what we do know is that Tyrion, you know, went up, came back down real quickly, drew this, and then it started dropping some tiers. Tyrion is creating these tiers right here. And then you have crypto.com that just kept running, and then when it got up here, I mean, it's literally just yeah, it's definitely, you can see this one's not really giving me any kind of insight really. If I go up in here though, where it fell, that's what I'm looking at. I was looking at that behavior on how, like, what. Let me go back to Tyrion here on the 4. This is typically something I would do behind the scenes, meaning I don't spend time doing this on here with you guys, but you can kind of see how so this is what I would say. Okay, so you'll see right here what I'm going to do, and you'll see how I can understand this behavior. So you see the way this chopped here, right, and it pushed up. I can take this over here and say, okay, well, that behavior was happening here, right? Yes, it didn't slide all the way up, but it slid up. It's still, that's a move. That was the move it made. And then when it came down here on Tyrion, it did make this cup here. You can see it. And this one did the same thing. This one was a little bit more aggressive on its cup. So, like, that stayed low. It didn't come up here and create, you know, like this one did. But then what happens after that? Well, it creates the little W where it puts us to the edge. So what happens? Well, we got that little thing right there. You see the W? It creates that. So then, you know, it's very similar behavior. So the question is this where Tyrion and Crow is a match? Are they similar behavior right here? Well, they sure in hell responded very similar when they came off this edge here, you know. So this came off, and you know, you can see what happened. This one obviously kept going. You can see him getting hung up here. Just different sizings and stuff, but you can see the oh, it definitely came down quite a bit, I'll tell you that. I mean, from that top to here, that's 62% just from that top right there. That top's 93%. And please note that I'm not telling you that Tyrion is gonna be what that 93% across the total market. I'm not thinking that. But maybe some of them will do that, you know. Some of them probably will. But I'm not thinking XRP has to do something like that. No. It's pretty drastic. Let me see if there's anybody else I wanted to just compare with Tyrion that this force protocol. Nothing's really happening. That Libra credits definitely had that same kind of vibe. You can see where was the we're both on 4 hours. Okay, so that's where the okay, so there goes. So like here's another example. These are two obviously shit coins I'm comparing to each other, but I do it to kind of understand what has taken place. So you'll see some of them fall first. So you can see how Tyrion is already dropping pretty substantially right here and gets down to a very bottom, while Libra Credit is a little bit behind. So now Tyrion is bouncing out of here and Libra Credit is still falling. So you can see Tyrion's ahead right now, and Tyrion is going to go up and make this insane move, while everyone else is like, what the hell's going on? Why is Tyrion doing this, right? So while everyone else is trying to recover from the March crash, Tyrion is already on its way and it's already firing off, right? And we're telling ourselves the reason why is because, oh, it's a pump and dump, whatever we tell ourselves, right? So this is where I don't let it. I watch this because I'm like, it might tell me something that's on the future. So then I'm going to ask you guys watching right now, does it end up telling us something that's on in the future for Libra Credit? I mean, I could be looking at something else, but I'm going to just use this as an example. Libra Credit, is it telling us there's a big shoot up on the horizon? Well, I would probably be like, hey man, this thing did this. If this is ahead, we're about to shoot up aggressively. So then I start getting aggressive investing, which is what I did around this time. I started coin hopping. I'm like, oh man, I'm getting money in. I'm going to start catching these, because if I can catch that one first, move that money over to this one and go catch that one, I'm going to compound my money. I'm going to double up a lot. Like I'm going to quadruple the percent. So anyways, that ended up happening. You can see right here, it ended up pushing up eventually. So there it goes. So it was probably, let me see, a month or two later. And then it finally, yeah, I mean, Tyrion's already tanking, and here goes Libra Credits. So, oh, okay, we'll do that now. Libra Credits all popping off. And then what does it do? Well, then it ends up, once it pops off, I know what ends up happening because I got Tyrion, so I would be the guy that's cautious. Like, I'm getting out of this thing. I think it's following this. You know, maybe I had that insight. That would allow me to make a play, sell, get out of there, man. It's coming down, and let it do whatever it's got to do, and know that it's going to do something like this. So time goes on, and sure enough, man, I mean, it continued to follow, you know, Tyrion, that behavior. They all came down. Double up. Double up. There's that one that's Tom. That's that. Level up. Level up. Level up. That's what I thought you were saying. It'd be a nasty. Yeah, the move would happen this week. It'd be pretty nasty. So. Anyways, that's Libra Credit's only did 1 tier over, 2 tiers over. Libra Credit is still behind, so we know it's already behind. We just looked at it, so it did the 1 here, so that's our match. It goes over, goes down again, goes down again, goes over, goes over. So I'm gonna tell you that it's gonna go down again. So you're gonna go down again. So don't buy Libra Credit. I wouldn't buy it. I think it goes down again. Not that you would, but you know that's how I would read that and say, you know, I would just let this thing. I would trust this thing in front. Tell me what's happening, because you want to know something. It did tell me what was happening for a while. It told me exactly what was taking place. That's why I like this, you know, using this method, because it's really telling me what's on the horizon that many people probably don't even see. It's definitely showing me that's what's on the horizon. Same with this guy. It has already fallen. This one is probably working on this one right here. Let me see what you got. Just watch that video. How do I set up an S corp? Well, it depends. I could show you if you're in Florida. I know how to do that. You just go to sunbiz.org, sunbiz.org. So whatever your state is, you can set up an S corp through there, pay their fee and stuff, and you can do it yourself. Some people go to attorneys, but you don't need to do that unless you really want that help. That's a possible scenario, Z. I'm looking at Bitcoin up here. I mean, it's at 18,587. I think that's per blockchain backer. I think that's the 702 right there, but it seems like it's going through it right now. 702 fib. Let me go back over here. So let's go back to some top cryptos. Let me see if anybody else. So what I'll typically do is go through here to see who else is not. Really keeping my eye on this. On silver. Yeah, see, silver's not looking too high. I think silver's coming off the edge. Yeah, so my guess on silver is it's coming off the edge compared to Tyrion. So by all means, there's not going to be anything that's really comparable with Tyrion. But I can probably make as much sense as I can regarding it. Yeah, see, it started right there. I was drawing. I don't know what I was drawing there. Just having some fun doing some drawing. So here goes Tyrion compared to it. So runs up. Eventually silver does it. Comes down. 1, 2. See, I think it's doing that whole move right here compacted, and now you're getting that slip. You're getting that side now. So like that right side is now starting to come through, because after it pulls up, you can actually take the you can take these 2 markers here, and then this now it's getting broken here. That's how I'd read that one. Yeah. That's telling me that something might happen tomorrow. If that's running. I mean, it doesn't need to. I'm assuming Dow Jones and none of that's doing anything right. Dow Jones, like futures. Sold 40,000 USD. Thank you for a call out. Last time I got. Oh, you are in Florida. Yeah, sunbiz.org. Here. Go right here. So sunbiz.org, and this is where you can obviously file an S. You want the S corp. Start an E file right here. Let's see where the They got the LLC. Start a profit corporation in Florida. I'm gonna put it. It's probably going to be under the profit corporation. Double check to see. File or correct Florida profit articles of incorporation. So let me see the corporations. Florida corporations formed. This is where you got to go though. This is like if you went and paid an attorney, they would just come on here and do it for you. But anyways, it'll walk you through it, and then you can get it all set up. So so right here is where you want to start a business, and you want to do an e-filing is what you're gonna do. So I would just go through here. What did UOS do? Everyone is shouting bye 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 bye. I'm cautious now. I'm super cautious when that happens. I got NASDAQ looking like it wants to create a triple top and then get out of there. There's just too many gaps to be filled. I'm not going to let those gaps go away. There's a gap that got created right there. Too many gaps on Bitcoin CME. Look, see there's a gap right there. That right there tells me it's coming back. So if you're wondering if Bitcoin's going to come back, it can push up whatever it wants to do here. It's coming back. It's going to close that gap. Yeah, there you go. I notice a lot of people are like, concerned with like the taxes and stuff. Remember somebody was telling me, they're like, oh yeah, but what about taxes? And I'm thinking, why? That's just an expense. Like if you own a business owner doesn't say, well, I'm not going to start a business because there's expenses, like that's just the way I look at taxes. Taxes is just a business expense, it goes on the sheet, it's just one of the deductions, so like, that's how I always looked at anything. So if you're going to make money in the world, like, yeah, you're gonna probably pay some taxes. You'll have taxes. That's normal. It's common. It's how businesses ran. And I'm not saying this towards anybody in here. I'm just speaking out loud because I've talked to friends about it. And it's like, it's the mentality. I don't even know how to respond sometimes because it's like, all right, so if we're over here making $30,000 a year, and yeah, we don't pay a lot of taxes because we only make $30,000 a year. But if we come over here and I say, oh yeah, man, you can make a lot of money over here and you can make $1 million, and their instant thought is, yeah, but what about taxes? And I'm thinking, a business person focuses on the net, meaning what am I bringing home? So if I've got to pay 20% in taxes off $1 million, okay, I'm taking home $800,000. I was making $30,000 a year. I don't care about the taxes. You guys get where I'm coming with this? I have people that tell me this stuff. I'm like, I don't care about the taxes. I'm looking at the net. I'm looking at the net. What am I netting? What am I? Is that better than my life now? Yes, it kills what I'm getting now. I don't care about the taxes as much. So once again, I'm not saying this towards anybody in here or Corona Teen asking me about it. But when people ask me about taxes, I'm like, yeah, it's a part of business. It's been like that my whole life. It's sell real estate. You got to pay taxes. It's the way it is. But the good thing is you can write stuff off and things like that. So with crypto, when you make that large amount, like I'm not really worried about it, but that's just me. I'm not worried about it. Just don't pay taxes. It's simple, says Crypto Bacon. How do gaps happen and why do they happen? Somebody could probably explain better than me on it. It's just like the weekend closes sometimes, but it's not always the weekend, I've noticed. So I don't know. There's just a glitch, it seems, on the chart, and I go back and those glitches get fixed, Can you pay the last XRP before we mooned in 2017? Is in this one now? Yeah, let's do that. So let's play the game and try to make sense to say XRP is mooning now. Let's go to 2017. It'll probably look good on the candle right now, right? So here's what we got. I'll do the same thing over here. I'll do this side today, right? So here's today. and then here's down here, so we are looking pretty good, you know. I would say, yeah, man, this is looking, you know, looking pretty good. Trying to, yeah, so yeah, yellow's right there, blue. You want them to keep going. The flares need to keep going. They need to keep running. That would be the key to this thing, for this to continue on. Someone could maybe say this, what's happening here. You know, it definitely doesn't like really look like it in a, I think if anything, you guys probably are like, well, this was looking, let me do this. Okay. Someone can be like, well, yeah, this was looking like it right here, you know, like as much as possible. If we were to say something, we could say, okay, well, maybe this was this, and we did it, and now it's good. So someone could make sense and say that is it. All right. No doubt. It's got to keep going. The one thing I've noticed when this is like 80-90%. I'm just kind of ballparking it, guys. It's probably gonna be the same. Not a lot more right here, about 160. It just need to keep going, you know. It would just need to keep going. The one thing I've noticed, I mean, the monthly close is very important. It's going to really tell a lot. And if the fractal plays out that I'm telling you, well, then that's going to tell a lot as well. That'll pull that monthly right back. So right now, this is what it looks like. It looks pretty good. The only thing on the 2-day that I didn't like as much is that it broke, once the 2-day broke out right here at this mountaintop. Let me throw it sideways. I'll show you what I'm talking about. It does look pretty damn good, man. I mean, I can't knock that. It's just the other assets don't look good. That's what's bothering me the most. Because this is typically a 4 Hills and Gooseneck. I just don't like where that 4 Hills and Gooseneck is at. I usually see 4 Hills and Gooseneck come down here, and then it goes. So if you look at this, the 50 came underneath and then ripped up through. So the 50 never did that. And when I went back and looked at the history of the 50 and stuff, it always followed. It always did the move. Let me see here. See if I can show you what I'm talking about. Not that it needs to completely do it, but you know. So you can see how the yellow and the blue and the red. You see how they curled over right there, and that one did too. And then they kind of ran and did their pattern. Just know when the if you look right here at the 50, you see how the 50 comes up and hits the blue, then comes down, and then comes through both and hits the red. Well, that's what happens here. It comes down, it comes up and hits the blue right there. Then it comes back down and it goes through the blue and the red and hits that. So then that's our match. And then it pulls down, right? And we come up through from that point. And it shows that it goes back down. Once again, it doesn't have to do that, but that's what I would think that it could. I mean, that could still happen. There's a day and 20 hours left. If this thing pulls back down, it'll shift all these moving averages. So right now the moving averages look good, but it will bend them all back down if it does that. You know, if it pulls down back, you know, we're up here. If it starts to pull down, it'll bend those back down, and then it'll send it back through. That's something that could happen. So that's why I gotta wait for the monthly to close and stuff just to see, which is not many days left on that. And an upward trend gap produce. Good info, guys. Thanks, Classic, for explaining the gap stuff. So, but anyways, that's, you know, this is XRP. You know, it looks, once again, it looks like really good right now on XRP. Just what concerns me is the other ones do not. The other ones do not, and the other ones is actually the ones I shorted. Those are the ones I'm trying to accumulate. So, and then there's just too many gaps and stuff. We're about to find out. I mean, this isn't going to go on forever here. Let me go back to XRP on the 4 hour or something. Yeah, so if this starts sliding down here like this, it's going to bend those moving averages back down, as I was just showing them moments ago. It'll pull them back down. So if that starts happening before the monthly close, just in general, it'll take a toll on them. But hey, maybe XRP's leading the way, you know. Let me go back to the TNT. Yeah, so right now I think we're up here. So as you can see, those drops, that could happen and bring that right back very easy. You see what I'm saying? So it's such a tight like window and stuff, man, with this stuff, because I can look at the other assets, and the other assets didn't get pumped up like XRP, and I mean Tron and stuff runs with them, but Tron didn't really get pumped up like that. It did a good amount, right? But it came right back down to this level here, which is this level. You can kind of see here. You see how close Tron is to this? So you have that same behavior with Tron. So if I have Tron and all these other ones telling me that it's going to do this, I'm like, I'm thinking XRP's probably going to do it too. And XRP pulling back down and getting caught in a drop like this, which is that's a very strong drop. That'll pull all that back down. Monthly closes, you know, well under its range that many people thought to. It completely goes back in towards like more of a bear form, you know, because right now it's looking, you know, looks good, it looks bullish. But you gotta wait for that monthly to close, and if that drop, which is in line with the fractal, just think about this. It's just I don't say it's a coincidence. It just so happens that a move that I'm saying is on the fractal, on the horizon of the fractal, is a move that would bring that monthly back. So it's like, if that move wasn't on the horizon, then I would be bullish. But that move's on the horizon, and I don't like it until it shows that it's good. So, and then when I see other charts nosediving as well, you know, 80K already did its move down. It's already, you can see, already coming down. This is what it was doing up here, and then that's already fallen. As you know, I've been watching the algo land, and I keep saying Algorand. I always say like land. And that's set up for it too, you know. Basic attention token set up for it as well. Bitcoin Cash is set up for it as well. Atom is set up for it as well. You know, as you see me just fly through here, you can see that they're all set up for it. Basic Binance Coin set up for well. Blue Zell, I just did that one. Seller Cocos, I'm sure like Cocos. Some of these are just super low. Yeah, man, just hurry up and just show us the hell's going on here. That's all I want. Rob, thanks, bro. Could it be that incoming regulations favors XRP but not the other alts? Completely, man. It's definitely that wide open. Jo, what's up? We are here. It's a digital lemon. Are you here? Is digital. U.S. 2-week shutdown is coming. I'm hearing it will be announced either next week or third week of December. Digital lemons. If there's a U.S. shutdown, then this is all happening right here. I don't think none of us are gonna disregard that, right? What's up, JC? JC Crypto in the house, man. I bet it does, Rob. Yeah, thanks again, Rob, for the tip. But yeah, it's I keep hearing mentions about regulations. It's Mark. It's just us thinking. We don't have any proof of it. Once again, it's those stories we tell ourselves. So I'm aware of the stories I tell myself, and I know that they're just stories I tell myself, hopeful ones. You know, like, yeah, but this is, you know, this and that and this and that and this and that and this. You know what I mean? But I'm aware of that, so I don't ride on it. But I'm aware, you know, that's a thought, and that's a thought for many people. You know, we all, you know, yeah, but you know, the bear market's been this long. This is a part of, you know, the big picture, the great reset. It's like, well, we don't, I mean, yes, we can, it seems so, but we don't, that doesn't mean it doesn't go down. And then it happens later, you know what I mean? I try to keep myself grounded and make a wise move. A pandemic to bring on, yeah, this end is near. Just pump us. This drop has lined up with Trumpets. Dude, and we got the whole election thing still playing out. We got COVID playing out. We got some stuff that's just. My big thing is, the elites of the world aren't gonna waste this moment on nothing. Meaning that, like, one could say, oh well, if like I'm being, you know, optimistic. Well, yeah, it's XRP doesn't go down. XRP goes up and blows up, but other ones go down. But they're not gonna, you know, waste this moment and not crash something after all this effort has been and all this has been created. They're gonna damn use it for something, right? Because if it was gonna just be blue skies and butterflies and everything was just gonna go up and everything was gonna be great, well, you didn't need to do any of this. No, this was done to pretty much match a crash. You create pandemic. You have voting fraud. You create chaos, the riots and everything. You create all this, and you, whether you guys believe me or not, whether it gets created, it's all controlled mind. It's all part of the agenda. And you do this to do something with it. You're gonna do something with it. You're not gonna waste it, is what I'm saying. Because you don't waste 2020 and not do something big with it. You're gonna match a crash with it. And you're going to do a great reset, and then you're going to try to get people to get the vaccine and do whatever their agenda is. They're going to do something with it, is what I'm saying. They're not going to, this isn't going to just be all, everything's good to go, is what I'm saying. They haven't even done something with it really yet. Stuff my dad would say, lowball your way in and hightail your ass out. It's a way for them to double up their investment. Are we smart enough to take advantage? Yeah, let's just try to ride their coattails. If this is what they're going to do, we need to ride the coattails. If you've been in the space for long enough, you know, you get a reward for it. You know, you got your ass kicked by the bear market. I'm with you. You know, get your reward from it. You know, I literally watched my portfolio go down 80%. You know, I had probably $100,000 go down to, I think the lowest I saw it was so it was 85%, so it was 15,000. I went from 100 grand down to 15K. And I'm sure other people had the same scenario or even more money, and I'm literally like, damn. What did I do? I went out there and busted my ass and kept selling real estate, and I kept buying the whole bear market. I'm like, I'm gonna freaking DCA and get my break even damn lower so I can get out of this quicker, man. Yeah, so anyways, I'm back to break even because I played that March crash right up, and you know, so now I'm back to break even. I mean, I kept funding it, so you know, but I made some plays and dodged some stuff. Yeah, bro, I've lost some money in my life. You just you get to the point where you know you can make it again, and you just have that mentality. Yeah, dude, I was 500,000 to 15K, and I put another 60K in at the bottom. See, Chet right there, we're in the same, like, we went through this. So if anybody out there is, like, getting their ass kicked, just know, like, welcome to the club, man. This means you're now more deserving of being rewarded. You've gotten your ass kicked, and you're still here. That's how you win. That's how you win. Anyways, I'll stop yapping about that, but, you know, just so you guys know, I'm not some guy that escaped anything. No, I was a rookie jumping in this stuff. I didn't know anything. I was just buying anything. I thought I was going to get rich quick. It doesn't happen, you know. But not much money in this space. Why not send it now? Get all the retail in and dump it. Close gaps, etc. Just a thought. Absolutely, Milan. That's what I mean, right. And you then go back to, you know, the Wall Street connections and Bath connections. The people that are connected at that higher level are more connected than us. Unless there's somebody in here that's not. Like that is connected. And to think that we're going to just be the ones that everything goes up and they're going to come in after probably ain't happening. We could then tell, here goes another story, you know, we tell ourselves a story. Well, they're already in, Chris. You know, that's what we would tell ourselves, right? We don't know that. And I don't think that. If you were a billionaire or, you know, had a couple $1 million and there wasn't regulations, and you were in Wall Street and stock, would you be doing it? Probably not. You probably wouldn't. I mean, you probably play with a little bit of money on the side, but the real, I think the real, in my opinion, the real stuff that would actually flow in would be, when regulation clears for them for because they got it all set up for it, backed, Fidelity, like the NASDAQ and stuff, like all, they're ready for it. So I think that's going to happen. So I just, once again, just ride their coattail, like ride with them. Like, okay, we're just going to ride with you on it. So be prepared to roll with them. That'd be my thing. Roll with them. What's up, Eddie? They're not going to buy at the top, right, Chris? Oh, they're not going to buy at the top. Do you think they're wanting to buy Bitcoin at this price right now? They're not wanting to buy Bitcoin at this price. And if they did, I mean, they're probably going to want to short it now. Klaus Schwab called for a cyber attack. This could be a great reset. They will blame a cyber attack. Dude, Dan the Nobody. If you guys go in, let's pull it up. Scenarios for future technology. Okay, so this was, you guys have probably seen this. This was passed along to me from somebody else. James Myers, my brother. Thank you so much, man, for the 25 spot. You guys have always been real generous to me. I can't even speak. Generous. Generous. I appreciate you. Thanks for the guidance along the way. You have helped set me and my boys' lives up for drastic improvement in life. Dude, that's awesome, man. Thank you so much. I need messages like that to make me feel alive. So thank you for saying that. I will take a screenshot of that, a picture of it, because it makes me feel good. Yeah, you're doing well, man. I mean, obviously a lot has to do with you making the right moves, taking the information and making the right moves. So, to anybody out there, here's a perfect example. James makes James's decision, but James goes and gets information. And then he reads the information to see what makes sense to him, and then he makes moves. So he reads my information, and he'll make plays off of it, It doesn't always work out, but maybe it has for a little bit. Crypto Bacon has a good question. Hey, Chris, do you have an invalidation points, and what situation would put your USD back in XRP? Yeah, man, if this thing doesn't fall, if this thing doesn't pan out, because I've been watching this for a while, if this move doesn't happen, it's gonna make me question myself, question everything if this doesn't happen. So yeah, this would confuse me. I don't want to be confused. Knock on wood. I've been confused enough. If this doesn't slide down, so if XRP and stuff and basic and everything, you start seeing it slide down, that's giving me confirmation. So every move gives me confirmation until I'm like, what is that? That's not it, So that's pretty much it. The monthly close will help me out a lot. So the monthly close is going to tell me a lot. But the thing is I'm already in XRP. I'm not trying to get more XRP. I'm happy with what I got. So I want these other guys because I'm all about the ROI. It'd be like by this week. Like I would assume this is responding this week. It's always, chat. I think that's a wise thing to do, chat. It's just in case. You don't think we drop? No problem, Corona team. Well, we would find out sooner or later, right? Is the monthly close tomorrow? Oh, shoot, it is. Wow, tomorrow would have to be it. Yeah, tomorrow would have to be it. You guys, something would have to happen tomorrow, man. Yeah, maybe it blasts off tomorrow. But this is what the fractal says is on the horizon. This is what it says is on the horizon. Wow, a lot of you guys are still hanging with me. What was okay, I was going back to that future technology. All right, so the cyber attack thing I can see happening, because if you guys have ever read this article or went through it, it's the Rockefeller Foundation. It's back in 2010, right? May 2000. Scenarios for the future of technology and international development. So scenarios. These are scenarios that take place to bring in technology. That would be the basic understanding of what this is. All right, so if you go through this, you're gonna have like, watch. They're gonna talk about they're gonna talk about pandemics. They even talk about like why they would where's it at? Why scenarios? Which this is, you guys can go to this if you want. Here, I'll put it in here if you guys. Right here. It's one hell of a think tank. So there goes the link if you want to check it out. So if you can go in here and say why these scenarios, it's almost like they do it like there's two ways. I mean, obviously I think there's control and stuff, but it's like, hey, we cause this because we're teaching humans how to use QR codes. They're like prepping them for the digital asset world. Do you see what's happening? They're using the menus and stuff. They're like, oh, we got QR codes, menus. Yeah, don't touch it. Like, it's like teaching them. Like, yeah, just scan that. They're teaching them. They're teaching them how to scan. They're already prepping them for it. Yeah, we're gonna be getting rid of this dollar, so we got this paper money. So let's go ahead and let's start getting them trained. So they're in the masses are in training right now. If you're not aware, that's what's happening. So anyways, I remember them saying something like that in here. Like it really painted that picture. The scenario framework here. This is let me go to what I want. Okay, so there's lockstep, hack attack. Stable shock prone in which the government's weaken, criminal thrive, and dangerous innovations emerge clever together. So I think this hack attack has to do with like possibly, you know, like a cyber thing, the cyber crash or cyber hack to cause like a problem. So scenario narratives, this is page, what was this page, 17? I'm not going to go through, I was just looking for, okay, right here, lockstep. In 2012, the pandemic that the world had been in, okay, so just think about it. They're talking about a pandemic, and they're talking about it on bringing scenarios in. This is and it's so funny because this is 2010, and it says right here. However, a few countries did fare better, China in particular. The Chinese government's quick imposition and enforcement of mandatory quarantine for all citizens, as well as the instant and near hermetic, sorry, I don't know that word, sealing off of all borders, saved millions of lives, stopping the spread of the virus far earlier than other countries, and enabling swifter pandemic recovery. That's exactly what happened in 2020. This is 2010, and they're telling you they're already telling you how it's done, and that's already was done. So maybe back in 2012, because I know Shenzhen was already bringing in all the cashless society, so maybe that's what was happening. I wasn't paying attention. But I'm showing you an article here from Rockefeller. This is, to me, one of the elites of the world. And they're talking about how we use these scenarios to actually bring in technology. So, go through it yourself, but you probably won't be too shocked to be like, dude, they're literally just telling you how they use, like, how they do it. Headlines in lockstep, like, how they quarantine. Like, it's like telling you what we're kind of going through. The role of philanthropy. Life in lockstep. Yeah, I mean, clever together, a world of highly coordinated, successful strategies emerge addressing both urgent and entrenched world issues. So, I haven't fully read it, but there were some little notes there, little things that stood out to me. So, feel free to check it out. Going back to the charts. It's called Operation Lockstep, as you see there. Let me see what Life said. Hey Chris, can you remember a couple years ago Bitcoin was tanking like a maniac and took everything with it except XRP? It remained stable for 45 cents. I will never forget that moment. It was insane. Stefan, I think going off memory, I'd have to go back to the chart. And it was just, yeah, hanging in there. Every governor ever world leader is in lockstep. Sunshine back meaning soon. That's the new moves. Gotcha. Alright guys, I don't know what else to go over here. I mean, it's really just a weight thing here. Let me see if there's anything that's showing sign of faster, more rapid progress. Synthetics token. What was that right back there? I saw that was PPT Populous. Seeing who's like tanking right now. Let me see. Damn it! I hate when I do that, man. Look at this orchid. What if that little guy was this whole thing? And you're right here. And it's about to rip up through. Makes you wonder. But then you're over here like, well, shit, man. If it's over here, we're going to slip down. Oh, boy. Come over here to Mithril. Yeah, that Tyrion's got my guard up big time. You see how clean this is right here? That's like a super clean. That's like super clean fractal. That's Mithril and Tyrion. Mr. Poole drops image of people looking at a screen shocked. Guess the first arrest is happening this week. If that stuff's all happening, JC, this thing is, you know, it's definitely going to play with the markets, I would think. Yeah, I'll check gold versus XRP. Yeah, I'll just do that real quick on this one over here. Because I already got gold I got gold right here. I mean, I got it on an hourly. It's not doing too hot. See, I think this is what XRP is doing. It's just push it. You see how all these pushed up and then they came down and they came crashing, which is exactly what Tyrion did. See, they did them at different times. That's the thing. So this is how gold did it on this hourly. Let me go to an hourly here on Tyrion, and then I'll. So this is how that happened. If I come over here to XRP, right now it's on algo. Algo's getting a little. Remember I said this thing needs to come back down because they don't have wicks on the bases of them. Let me see. XRP pushed up so much that, you know, it's this fractal is just, this move right here is just a lot bigger on Tyrion, and then you're getting the fall. Milan, we're good, bro. You've always get me, man. No, I don't have to, but you've helped me a lot, so it's the least I can do. Thanks again, mate. Dude, super nice of you, man. Really nice of you. I'm being arrested for becoming ultra bearish, Stefan. Thanks again, Milan. Thanks for you guys for the tips. I appreciate that, bro. Super nice of you, man. These guys. So yeah, this is what XRP looks like. I don't really, you know, it's the only one. I mean, if I come down like this, you can probably see it'll probably make sense of it right now a little better, but when it has to pull down, that's the thing. For this to all apply, this can't keep, if this keeps going up, it's going to invalidate all this. So this, I would anticipate this getting some shock, you know. And they sometimes on these hourly like that, you see how it's doing like this triple top right here? You'll find assets do that. That's what they do before they fall. Like, this is where it would fall. It'd fall right after this. Like 80K did that. Watch. That's how it drew. It drew just like this at the top. Not that you guys are like excited about 80K. Sorry. There it is. So that's the way this one drew. You can kind of see how it came out of here, came up, and then they literally just, this one's not really that a good reference, but I just remember seeing that's how that behavior was. I don't really like it as a reference. But yeah, if I'm using gold, Here, I'll just go, let me go side by side like this. I'll take gold and first put gold on like a daily. Then I'll grab daily, put on XRP, but I don't think it's going to be anything the same. Martini, thank you. I'm there with you, man. It could drop, and if it does, I'll buy more. Thanks again. We know your heart and soul is in this, however it turns out. Thank you so much for the tip, man. And Martini, I appreciate that very much. Yeah, definitely I'm passionate about this stuff. It's been fun. I'd just like to, you know, get the damn thing over with, whatever it wants to do. Yeah, I don't really, let me see if we go up here. Alright, so if we trying to figure out how we can match this up. I'm trying to do I'm gonna do this right here. You know, so you got that inverse head and shoulders here, then pushes up, mountaintop, comes sideways. Yeah, XRP is going up right here is what I see happening. So this move right here, this is the difference. XRP shot this right there. Yeah, if XRP comes down, now you're gonna create that Tyrion moment, which is right here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is what would end up happening. So if you're wondering what it looks like to do the shoot up and then come back down, it's gonna be something like that. So this is how the behavior happens right here. And then it's like, you're just like, what the hell? So if that happens, I mean, I think obviously everyone's going to be like, oh shit. XRP is in the breakout. It's going to, X-rays in a breakout. It's going to channel for 2.5 more hours. Not going to drop below 62. For now, it'll go up to 70 to 80 cents. Then it will retrace, says Brandon. What's up, Ireland? Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's on a daily. Still no wick on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you that it's going to... you're saying it's not going to drop below 62. It'll go below it. This is just a basic reason why. You see the weekly just started and the daily just started. There's no wick on the base of this candle. Highly likely it's getting a wick. So if it's going to get a wick, it's going to go back into the 50s to get that wick. That would be just that's just basic candle behavior on that. Would be my take. And that this little triple top right here is gonna end with a fall. Is what I think happens here. Maxed out already. It's set up for it. Back to what I had set up. Let me get my gold back over there. So alright guys, I'm gonna go get some sleep. Kind of like this, I think, is what XRP will probably do. Something probably like this. So you see how gold is right here? There you go. So this is a perfect example right here on gold versus XRP. So you see how you got the triple cups running right here? 1, 2, 3. You're getting that right here on gold back. This was back on November 20th. Gold did this. So 1, 2, 3. It then shot up, and you can see it kind of created a very similar top right here, and then you see that right side is going to come down. So you're probably going to get that off this. Would be my guess right there. You're going to get this move right here is going to unfold right here. That's probably what I see happening. All right, I'm going to go watch that video either way. sorry, it was an accident, Dan. That Dan got. All right, guys. I'll catch you guys later. I'm gonna go watch this video. That Park wanted me to watch. Pepper, what's up, dude? Oh, Pepper's in the house. All right, Synex John. See you, Cough, my bro from South Florida. Thank you, man. Thank you for all you do, Chris. And remembering to text me. I finally remembered, bro. You were the first person I text. I'm like, I gotta text him. Finally, I'm learning, Cough. Thank you so much for the tip, guys. I appreciate it. Let's see how this unfolds. Looks like tomorrow might be an interesting day. All right. Thank you guys again. Good night. See you, Rug. See you guys. I'll catch up with you guys later. I'll go watch that. See ya.